It's Monday morning, 7 in the morning. I'm up bright and early as the sun rises over Big Hole Peak. That's our destination today. We're going up and actually staying overnight in the lookout. We rented it for the night. We'll get up there a little later when the sun's out and it's a little warmer. Since we've got all day, I don't have to get up there so early. And I'm looking forward to a whole bunch of QSOs. Come and join me. Big Hole Peak is a Summits on the Air summit that's just northwest of Plains, Montana. It has associated with it a lookout tower that used to be a fire lookout, and the Forest Service now rents these out. So we went up and stayed at the cabin and activated the peak. The peak involves a 3-mile hike, but getting to the trailhead is actually quite easy. This is a map of the road to the trailhead. This highway down below here is Highway 200, and this little turn off to the right is at Weeksville, about 7 miles west of Plains, Montana. And you start off on Forest Service Road 887, which travels north, and about here you take a left onto Forest Service 5587, which takes you all the way up to the trailhead. This road is very well groomed. You can take any car. No four-wheel drive is necessary. It's very easy to get to. And again, once you get to the trailhead, you've got a 3-mile hike uphill to get to the lookout and to the peak. All right, we're heading out to Big Hole Peak. We're on the Highway 200. We're in Plains, Montana, heading west. We're going to go about 7 miles and take the Weeksville exit onto the Forest Service Road. So let's get going. You can see Big Hole Peak way in the background there. That's where we're going. All right, as you can see, we've got 13 miles of Forest Service Road before we get to the Big Hole Lookout Trail number 368. That's the road we're going to go on. This is very well signed. We're about to turn left on the Forest Service Road 368. We got 10 more miles to go. There's no chance of getting lost around here. They really got it signed well. Okay, you're going to eventually come up to this sign, which is the Big Hole Trailhead, but which way do you go? You're going to go left. It's not too well marked, but we go left and you'll hit the trailhead. Okay, we've made it to the trailhead. It's right there on the right. We're going to park the Jeep for the night and we will be going up that trail. Looks like we got a 2.7 mile hike up to the lookout there, and there's the warning that there can be pack animals on the trail, but we already figured that out with the horse trailer behind us. We're about ready to hit the trail. I got some water I'm going to down before we get going, and if you notice in the background there's some horse trailers. The area around the lookout has the facility for horseback pack, so there's probably some people up there on horseback.
How are you guys?
Hi! You guys spend the night?
Well, these guys did, yeah. Where are you guys headed?
Spending the night.
Spending the night?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. It's a beautiful place.
I know.
I've been waiting 6 months for this.
There's lots of water.
So these guys spent the night up there with the horses, 2 tourists and Forest Service people, sort of cleaning the place up. Said it's real beautiful, and they said there's potable water up there, which I'm glad to hear, but I got 5 pounds of water that I don't have to be carrying anyway. That's the way it goes. Anyway, they said it's real beautiful up there, and we're just over halfway up the trail, so let's keep going. All right, we just got less than a mile to go, and we're coming to the top of this long hike up. We're sort of at a summit, and if you look carefully in the background, it's the first glimpse we've got of the lookout. That's our destination. We made it 3 miles, 2 hours, all uphill. I'm carrying about 50 pounds on my back. I'm pooped. Let's go inside. They've done a real nice job of kitting out this lookout. Going through the front door, they got a propane tank and a propane stove. They've got potable water. They got firewood for the small wood burning stove. They got a mattress on the one bed, a couple of put together cots in that bag, a table and chairs. Back over here, more potable water and fire extinguisher. I could stay here for many days. From our lookout, we've got quite a view. Right now, you're looking at Baldy Mountain, which we hiked yesterday. And then as we pan around to the east, we got the Mission Mountains way in the background. Those are part of the Rocky Mountains. We keep coming around and you can see the valley that Plains, Montana sits in. Quite a view from there. And as we come around some more, you'll get a peek at Sacagawea Peak, which I have not activated yet, but it's in our neighborhood. And then as we pan south, we've got the mountains in the way background. Looking out the window of the lookout, that little brown mound over there is the true Big Hole Peak. That's where we got to go, set up our antenna, and activate this summit. So, where we stand at the lookout is in Lolo National Forest, so I have no problem activating parks on the air from here. But if you use your SOTA app to see if we're in the activation zone for the peak back there, it says we're in the activation zone. But this is one of those situations where you've got another mountain in close proximity to the actual peak. And to be honest, you have to go on that peak to activate Big Hole Peak. You can't activate it from where I'm standing. It's a false activation. So keep that in mind if you want to activate Big Hole Peak. We're about to go hike back there. It's only a couple 100 feet away, so it shouldn't be too tough. We made it to the top of Big Hole Peak. That's my sister in the background getting some shade. We've got a nice little breeze up here. It's very pleasant. The sky is clear. The view is spectacular. As we pan around, we're sort of on a precipice here. And you can see the lookout in the background where we just came from and where we're staying tonight. And again, an impressive view of the valley. I've got my friend Vic on St. Mary Peak. He's on the air. I'm going to set up. We're going to try to do summit to summit. Got my antenna strapped to that tree over there in the distance, and I don't know if you can see my wire coming across. And I got it on a secondary pole over here. And then I come right down to my radio. I've already been on the air and got 14 contacts for summits on the air, so it's been a good day so far. Going to go to FT8 now and see what I can do. Second time doing FT8 in the field. I hope it works. All right, I got 14 QSOs on SSB, and that's more than enough to activate this peak, and it also activates the park since we're in Lolo National Forest. I'm going to go to FT8 now. I just got this up and running. It took me a long time to do it. All right, FT8's live and well in the field. Got my little hotspot. Computer's connected to the internet. And FT8 seems to be working. I've been calling CQ. There's tons of people on now. I think I'm going to go down to about 1100 in broadcast. I don't think anybody can hear me. There's so many people on. But let's see what we can do here. All right, let's see how we did on Big Hole Peak proper. This is the Summits on the Air peak, and this also qualifies as Parks on the Air, as I was also in Lolo National Forest. But I'm breaking up my QSOs into 3 sections. This is section 1 on the 29th, midday on Big Hole Peak proper. This was midday. And the propagation is much different than the other 2 ones I'm going to do. I'm going to give you a QSO report for late shift on the 30th, which takes us all the way into the middle of the night, and then the next day, early day shift. So for this section, you can see I've got about 17 QSOs. I've got it broken up into 2 pages here. But I started off, the whole thing took me about an hour. I started off at 2032, and I went into 2129, which you'll see on the next slide here. But I started off on 20 meters and was quite successful. They were coming in pretty quick. I caught Elliot, K6EL, down in San Francisco, or Oakland. He was in Oakland on a summit to summit, and I worked 20 meters a little longer. Then I went to 40 meters to be fair for the guys on 40 meters and got several of those the second half of the report here. I went to 80 meters trying to catch my buddy Vic, which I did in Missoula. He's only 85 miles away. And he also wanted to try to catch me on 2 meters, getting credit for 2 POTA activations. And so I went up to 2 meters. I couldn't get Vic, but I got a local guy just 12 miles away in Thompson Falls. Went back to 80 meters, caught a couple more of my local buddies not down near Missoula. And then I ended the day out doing a couple FT8s, which I was successful on. In all, I got Christian in France, F4WBN. He's got a huge setup. He can reach way over to me all the time. I catch him all the time. Got out to Michigan and Illinois. Let's look at the map. You can see how I did. And I'm way up here where the purple circle is. And you can see my local guys that I got on 2 meters. The 2 blue pins are the FT8s. And I got way out here to Washington. I also got way out to France, but I didn't show you that on the map. So it was a nice day. Got it activated. You can see how I did my setup here. I've got my fishing pole tied to that stump, and I got my wire running across over to the lookout on the side there. So the wire comes up and I attached it to my other pole to keep that wire as high as I could, and then I just fed the wire into that little hole in the window there, and I worked completely from inside the lookout. It was quite nice. I managed to string my wire up outside and bring out just enough wire inside so I can get on the air. I don't have to sit outside. This is luxury. So I'm on 20 and 40 meters doing parks on the air. I'm officially in Lolo National Forest at the lookout, but I'm not in the activation zone for Big Hole Peak. I activated that earlier today. We're in night shift now. I've got about 5 contacts. It's a Monday evening, not too many people. I got some faraway QSOs, but not many people out there. So we'll just keep going, give it a shot. This Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Kilo Whiskey, Parks on the Air, CQ POTA. There's only 4 active POTA spots on 20 meters at the time. Oh. So I don't think anyone's out there. We'll give this a shot for a little longer. I'll go to 40 meters, see who's there. For being way up here in the middle of nowhere, I got a noise floor of 7. I can't believe it. But they're hearing me. I got a Florida contact a few minutes ago, gave me a 5-7. So all right, nothing going on SSB. I'm going to go on the FT8 here and see how far I go. 2 in the morning. Nobody's up, but I thought I'd give it a shot. Let's see if FT8 gets me anywhere. Maybe I can go to the other side of the world with this. We got moths on the screen. That's the excitement of the night. I don't think it's too much fun you guys watching me on FTA. There's nothing to say. I'll just tell you when I get something. That could be few and far between.
Nothing?
Yeah, we'll try in a couple hours.
Yeah.
All right, here's my QSO summary for the late shift while sitting at the lookout. So I'm no longer activating the peak, because I'm not on the peak, but I'm activating Lolo National Forest from inside the lookout tower. And I started the night shift right after 6 p.m. our time in Montana. Late shift starts at 6 p.m. and I took it all the way to about 9 o'clock at night my time. Pretty successful on the late shift because the sun was going down and we were starting to work the gray zone. We started off on 20 meters. I spotted myself and got several contacts, all confirmed here. Then I tried FT8 and I was quite successful. I got 5 or 6. I got the same guy in Brazil, my furthest contact ever. Granted, it's data in FT8, which helps. And then my other FT8 contacts, which were inside the United States, were quite far away, about 2,000 miles away, Connecticut, New Jersey. So I was real happy with that. And I went back to SSB. And as it's getting dark, you can see my distance on the SSB contacts are now getting much further away. 1,400 miles, 2,100 miles, Florida, Alabama, Ohio, Texas. So goes to show you, as you get to the gray line and you go into the night, the propagation works a lot better. Let's look at our map. So I'm up here at the purple circle. I did not get anything local, basically because I'm on 20 meters. And with the gray line and the sunset coming, I got a lot further out. These blue ones are FT8s. There's also a blue FT8 down in Brazil. I didn't show that on the map. Would make these other ones too small, but I was pretty much on the East Coast. I was real happy with how this turned out. I didn't think I'd get that many. I did go into the middle of the night, 2 or 3 in the morning, to see what I could get when it's pitch black. I got absolutely nothing, mainly because nobody's on the air. Summit's on the air, or Park's on the air, which makes sense. So working late shift, at least for me in Montana, is good till about 9 o'clock at night, and then everything drops off.
Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Kilo Whiskey KJ70KW Parks on the air CQ POTA
Kilo India 5 India Mike Victor
IMV Kilo India 5 Kilo India 5 IMV Kilo India 5 India Mike Victor, you're 5555 here in Montana.
Yes, you're a 5656 down in Louisiana, right near the coast.
Roger, 5-6 from Louisiana. Thank you so much for being there. Appreciate it for so much early in the morning.
I'm glad to hear you. We usually don't hear you guys in the morning. Anyway, have a good day at the park. 73 KI5 IMV 73.
73s, appreciate it. KI5 IMV. KI5 IMV.
November 9 Tango Whiskey Tango.
KI. Come back again, please. Busy. Come back again. Call sign.
November 9 Tango Whiskey Tango.
Whiskey, Tango, Whiskey. November 9, Whiskey, Tango, Whiskey. You're 5555 here in western Montana.
November 9 Tango Whiskey Tango. You're about a 5353 here in southern Illinois.
Tango, Whiskey, Tango. Tango, Whiskey, Tango. You're on the 5-5, November 9, Whiskey Tango Whiskey. Thanks so much for being there this morning.
7-3, good luck on your activation.
Thanks so much. Appreciate it. Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Kilo Whiskey KJ7 OKW Parks on the Air CQ POTA. Come back again. Call sign ending in Zulu. QSL Alpha 5 Uniform Zulu. You're about a 4444 here in western Montana. '73s, thanks so much. Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Kilo Whiskey KJ7 OKW Parks on the Air CQ POTA. Whiskey Alpha 9 Lima Tango, you're 5252 here in western Montana. Roger 55 Illinois, thanks for being there this morning. I appreciate it. Thanks so much. 73s. KJ7 OKW Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Kilo Whiskey Parks on the Air CQ POTA.
Kilo 7 Victor Kilo.
Kilo 7 Victor Kilo. Vic, you're 5959 up here on Big Hole Peak.
Okay, very good, George. I copy you I'd say probably about a 5x5 here, 5x5, right in my high noise level. But I can hear you all the way. Copy Q5. Neat. Well, thanks for the great contacts yesterday. That was a fun deal. And how's the lookout?
Boy, it is not cold up here. We did not have to make a fire. It's clear as a bell. We just had the sunrise. It's just stunningly beautiful. And everybody's crawling all over me this morning trying to get Montana, so it's great.
Oh, wow. I bet the sunrise is... You probably need more clouds, although I don't know how it is. Yesterday it looked like it was a few more clouds way up north. We were in a band of clear. What did you say about Montana?
Well, it turns out that the East Coast is alive early in the morning, and they're seeking Montana. So I've got like 20 QSOs this morning, people looking for Montana.
Cool. Yeah, that's great. Okay, very good. Well, enjoy the day. Hope you're down before it gets too hot up there. It's supposed to get really hot here in Missoula. Probably mid-90s and 100 tomorrow, over.
Yeah, we're going to get the same. We're going to get out of here about 9, get home about 11, and I'm not working today, so I got the whole afternoon to log all these things.
Oh, very good, George. Yeah, that's what I have to do here, too. Get the logbook out. We had a long day yesterday. We were seeing you were on FT8, I think, when we were still driving out. But it was a fun day. We sure enjoyed it. Okay, George, let's get back to it. Thanks again for the contact today and yesterday. KJ7OKW, K7VK.
K7VK, the KJ7OKW out. Thanks, Vic.
That's 73, George.
73s. Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Kilo Whiskey KJ7OKW Parks on the Air CQ POTA from Kilo-4507 in western Montana CQ POTA. Kilo 0 Lima Alpha Foxtrot. I've got you at a 5555 here in western Montana. Seven threes. Thanks so much for the 5-5 Missouri. 73s. Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Kilo Whiskey KJ7 OKW Parks on the Air CQ POTA. I got November 9 Golf. What's the rest of that call sign, please?
Roger, November 9 Golf Zulu.
November 9, Golf Zulu, I've got you at a 5-3, 5-3 here in western Montana.
Roger, I have you 5-5, 55 into Illinois, over.
Roger, 5-5 Illinois, thanks so much for being there this morning. 73s.
73.
Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Kilo Whiskey KJ70KW. Parks on the air CQ POTA.
November 5, Papa Echo Lima.
November 5 Papa, come back with the rest of that call sign, please.
Yeah, you're very weak into November 5, Papa Echo Lima.
November 5 Papa Echo Lima, I've got you at a 5-5, 5-5 here in Montana. Roger on the 3-4 Central Oklahoma. Thanks for being there this morning. I appreciate it.
Hey, you have a great day, 7-3. You came up to about a 5-4 just then.
Okay, 5-4. Thanks so much. 73s. I had another caller in the background there. Come back, please. Whiskey 6 and Charlie Zulu. I've got you at about a 4-4, 4-4 here in western Montana.
Okay, you're about a 5-2 into Central California, over.
Roger, 5-2 Central California. Thanks for being there this morning. I appreciate it.
Okay, have fun.
73s, appreciate it. Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Kilo Whiskey KJ70KW. Parks on the air CQ POTA.
Kilo Alpha 4, November X-Ray Papa.
Kilo Alpha 4 November X-Ray Papa. You're 5-9 here in western Montana.
QSO, George, you are a good 5-8, 58 in Kentucky. 5-8 Kilo Yankee, QSO.
QSL, thanks very much for the 5-8 in Kentucky. Appreciate it. 73s.
Good luck.
Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Kilo Whiskey KJ70KW. Parks on the air from Kilo-4507 in western Montana. CQ POTA.
5 November X-Ray Kilo.
I got November X-Ray Kilo. Come back with the rest of that call sign, please.
Okay, it's Whiskey 5, November X-Ray Kilo.
Whiskey 5 November X-Ray Kilo. I got you at a 5-7, 5-7 here in western Montana.
QSO, George, I have you about a 5-5 here in eastern Texas today. Appreciate you being out there having fun.
Thanks for the 5-5 in Texas. Appreciate you being there this morning. 73s. Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Kilo Whiskey KJ70KW. Parks on the air CQ POTA. Kilo November 6 Kilo India. You're 5-7, 5-7 here in western Montana.
QSO, you are 5-3 Northern California.
Roger, 5-3 Northern California. Thanks for being up so early. I appreciate it. 73s.
Okay, 73. Thanks.
Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Kilo Whiskey KJ70KW. Parks on the air CQ POTA. I got Kilo Echo 8 Sierra Hotel. You're a 4-4. Thanks so much for the activation. Appreciate it. 73s. I had another whiskey call sign earlier. I didn't finish the contact. Come back again, whiskey.
A Whiskey 5, Whiskey Golf Foxtrot.
I got Whiskey 5, Whiskey Golf Foxtrot. You're 5-7, 5-7 here in western Montana.
Okay, Roger. Copy the 5-7. I've got you about 5-4, 54, 5-4 into Mississippi this morning, QSO.
QSL 5-4 in Mississippi. Thanks so much for being there this morning. I appreciate it. 73s.
Yeah, thanks for activating today. And by the way, do you upload upload your logs to Logbook of the World or anything?
Yes, I will. I do it occasionally, but I'll make sure and do that for today's QSOs.
Okay, Roger, appreciate it. This is my first sideband contact with Montana, so really appreciate the contact and activate. Stay over.
Glad to help. Yeah, Montana's sort of a rare one, so I appreciate helping everybody out. Thanks so much.
Yeah, Roger. Again, thanks for the contact. Good luck with the activation.
These people in Mississippi like to talk. Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar, Kilo Whiskey, parks on the air. CQ, POTA.
Whiskey 4, Golf Oscar, Golf.
Got a Whiskey 4. Come back once again, please, with that call sign.
Whiskey 4, Golf Oscar, Golf. Whiskey 4, Germany, Oscar, Germany. I got you a 3x1. You're a 3x1 in South Carolina. Sierra Charlie, QSO Logbook.
Roger on the 3-1, South Carolina. You're about a 4-4 here in western Montana.
I do that on your 4-4 and I got your part number. So keep at it. Have a good one. Thank you for letting me work to you. 73, Whiskey 4, Golf Oscar, Golf. Have a great day.
Thanks so much, 73s. Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar, Kilo Whiskey, parks on the air. CQ, POTA.
Kilo 0, Kilo, Whiskey Hotel.
I got Kilo 0, Kilo. What's the rest of that call sign, please?
Oh man, you faded way down on me. Kilo 0, Kilo, Whiskey Hotel, QSO.
Kilo 0, Kilo, Whiskey, Hotel. You're 5757 here in Montana.
Roger, I got the 57 into 45, and I've got you about a 4 and 4 into Colorado 6. Oscar, QSO.
Roger, 4-4 in Colorado, QSL. Thanks so much for being there this morning. 73s.
Thanks for the activation, and it's going to be a great day. Looks like in the mountains today, so have a good one. 7-3.
73s, thanks so much.
Whiskey Bravo 2, Hotel November.
Whiskey Bravo 2, November, Hotel Lima. Did I get that correct?
It's Hotel November Lima. Whiskey Bravo 2, Hotel November Lima. 43, 43, up and down in Florida, QSL.
QSL, Whiskey Bravo 2, Hotel November Lima. I've got you at a 5959. Thanks so much for being there.
Right, George. QSL, 73. Thanks for the park.
Thanks so much, 73s. Crawling out of the woodwork.
Delta 8, Juliet, Victor.
I got Whiskey Delta 8, Juliet, Victor. You're 5757 here in Montana.
QSL 57, I have you 5x5 in Ohio. 5-5 Ohio, over.
Roger, 55 Ohio. Thanks so much for being there this morning. I appreciate it. 73s. Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar, Kilo Whiskey, KJ7OKW. Parks on the air from Kilo 4507 in western Montana. CQ POTA.
Whiskey 5, Juliet, Charlie.
Whiskey 5, Juliet, Charlie. You're 5959 here in western Montana.
Thank you very much. I have you about a 5-5 here in East Texas this morning.
Roger, 55 East Texas. Thanks for being up this morning. I appreciate it.
Thank you for being at that. It's a new park for me, so I'm glad you're up as well. Have fun today.
Thanks so much, 73s. Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar, Kilo Whiskey, KJ7OKW. Parks on the air. CQ POTA. Kilo Quebec 4, Charlie Whiskey. I've got you 5555 here in western Montana.
Kilo Quebec 4, Charlie Whiskey, you're 5-3.
Roger, 5-3 in Virginia, 5-3 in Virginia. Thanks for being up this morning. I appreciate it. 73s. Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar, Kilo Whiskey, KJ7OKW. Parks on the air. CQ POTA.
Kilo Oscar 4, India Delta Charlie.
Kilo Oscar 4 India Delta Charlie, I've got you 5959.
Kilo Oscar 4 India Delta Charlie, you're also a 5'9" in Western Kentucky.
Roger on the 5'9", Western Kentucky. Thanks for being there this morning. I appreciate it.
Thank you, George. Catch you later, 73.
QSL 73. Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Kilo Whiskey KJ 7 OKW. Parks on the Air CQ POTA. November 0 Mike Lima QRP. I've got you at about a 4444 here in Montana. Roger 57 Missouri. Glad you came back. Thanks so much for being there. Appreciate it. 73s. Boy, I'm going to have to get up early from now on. Everybody's flying in here.
God, I know.
All right, I got plenty of contacts. I'm going to go back to FT8 and just see what I can do, and then we're going to hang it up. I got this park activated for 3 consecutive UTC days, so it's been a gold mine being up here on Big Hole Peak. I'm going to do it again next year.
This is the third in series of QSO reports I got while staying overnight at the Big Hole Peak Lookout. I activated the actual Big Hole Peak the day before, and I did the late shift that day. And now this is the next morning. I call it the early day shift because I got up at sunrise to see what I could get on Parks on the Air and Summits on the Air. Normally when I activate a peak or I do a Parks on the Air, I go out about 1 o'clock in the afternoon here in Montana and try to catch the people on the park at the end of the day. To my surprise, I got 36 QSOs quick and furiously right in the morning. So 6 o'clock in the morning for me is 7, 8, 9, 10 o'clock in the morning for the East Coast. And I tell you, this was a Monday morning and there's people out there waiting for me. This was practically a pileup. So I was very surprised and learned something valuable, that me getting up at 6 in the morning to activate a park or a peak, I'll get a lot more results than waiting till later in the day. So I had to break this up into 2 pages because there's so many of them. But I started off at 12:24, which is 6:20 in the morning. I went on 40 meters initially, and I started off on FT8 because I just wanted to play with FT8. And I got 4 of them right away, about 1,000 miles away. Went up to 20 meters, and these started coming in real fast. Every minute and a half, I would get a new QSO, and I stayed on 14.315 for a while. Bumped up to 14.336, got quite a few QSOs on SSB that early in the morning. So here we are at 13:02, which is 7 in the morning for me, 8, 9, and 10 o'clock for the East Coast. And there's people out there waiting for you to go to Parks on the Air. Stayed on that band for quite a while. Let's look at the rest of the QSOs here. SSB, and at the very end of the morning, I went to FT8 and caught this guy. And you look at the distance I got in the morning on SSB. I'll show you what the map looks like. So look, all over the place. So I'm up here in this purple circle. You got a couple locals here, but these blue guys are FT8s. But the SSB was way over, stretched way over on the East Coast. So early in the morning, look how many people I got just waiting for me. So this was a great lesson for me, at least in Montana on Mountain Standard Time. Is I want to get some POTA activations. I got to get up early and get on my park rather than meander over during the weekend and try to catch these guys in mid-afternoon. So great trip. Got 76 plus, no, I got 88 QSOs in total. And I'm going to rent this place out again next year. And if you like my videos, please like and subscribe my channel. I try to make them interesting and fun, and I really enjoy doing them. So see you next time.